Coach, your meeting room is down a few contributors from last year. What are your thoughts on the safeties as we move into game week?
Yeah, I like the progress that we've made with some guys stepping up. Kendrick Duncan has done a really nice job uh, maximizing his opportunities, moving into that starting role at free safety. He was the guy who was able to get into some games last year, but now that his role is defined, I feel like the game's slowing down for him, and that's been a big plus. Daryl Baker's been able to stay healthy, in years past, previous springs, previous training camps, whatever. He's always kind of been dinged up with a little just knick-knack stuff. So the fact that he's been able to be consistent and build on it has really helped him to grow. Rutledge has been really good. The grad transfer has played football. He's not a young guy, he's an older guy that's got some experience, so that's really helping. And then Cofield's had a really good training camp, and maximized his reps.
I think you touched on this a little bit. Who from the safety group surprised you this preseason to position himself in a way you may not have seen coming?
I'd say probably Cofield. Being a walk-on guy, he's been a blue-collar guy ever since I've gotten here. And his dad's a high school coach, so he's got really good football IQ, and makes up for maybe what may be maybe not quite the same ability level some of the guys, but his football IQ has really gotten him into a lot of position to make plays, and even other position coaches, as we sit in there as a staff watching film, have made mention, man, that kid just seems to be productive. You always see him around, and he's in the right place a lot of times. And so really proud of him. You talk about, people throw the word process around, embrace the process of getting better. And he's a guy that since I've been here, a year and a half now, going on 2 years, has really embraced that process and gotten better and better and better, and really had a really good training camp.
All right, this defense as a whole on paper looks like it could be really good this year. Do you agree with that? And what makes them look like they're going to be the strength of this team?
The biggest thing with the defense is that we got a lot of guys that played last year, whether it was starters or whether it was guys that played, a decent amount of role, for us. And so it's just in like any defense, offense, you name it, the consistency, of staff, the consistency of guys growing and being able to go through 2 spring practices now, 2 training camps now, the amount of OTAs, we try to squeeze in between spring and training camp. Those type things can't be substituted, and it's, there's value in time, and time spent is you see it in the return. So just really proud that they're kind of growing and they're starting to go from being an assignment-driven team to more of a concept-driven team. And once they see big picture instead of just my job, then that's when you can really tie some things together.
What young players have stood out this preseason that you're really excited to have for the future?
Really, all of the rookies that's been here, in training camp, we were really super excited with all of them across the board. Several of them came in early, as mid-year grads, and they're, a step ahead of some of those younger rookies that got here in the summer. So a guy like A.J. Watkins, has put himself in a position to play for us, but he's been here since January, so he's not really truly a rookie. He carries himself different. His body's stronger because of the amount of training that he's had, downstairs in the weight room. And then the 2 rookie safeties were both mid-year guys, with Pace and Singletary, and so the game's a lot slower for them than a guy that's, today is whatever practice 12 or 13 or 15 or whatever. I don't even know the days run together, but they had, if you think back to what they got in 15 spring practices and then another, I think it was 16 OTAs, they had 31 practices under their belt before training camp started. And so, I think those 3 guys really maximized it and put themselves in a position to play, this year more so than redshirt.
And what do you want Scot Sloan defense to look like? And does this defense have a chance to meet those expectations?
I think so. The biggest thing we try to define our philosophy and what we know we have to do in order to give ourselves a chance, to win. But then we also define our identity, and our identity is what we want people to say about us. When they watch us play, when they turn on TV, when opponents, as coaches start studying us on film, we want them to say, man, these kids play fast. I mean, they're flying around, they're playing physical. They play with a chip on their shoulder. So playing fast, playing physical, playing smart. Being a team that doesn't beat ourselves with dumb penalties. There's nothing worse than to make a third down stop and then get an unsportsmanlike, or you're going to have combat penalties. That's part of the game. But it's the selfish penalties or the undisciplined. It's 3rd and 3, and then you jump off sides and give them an easy first down. Those are the things we don't want to do. We want to be smart. We don't want to beat ourselves. And then at the end of the day, so much work and time goes into 12 guaranteed contests. You got to have fun. The players need to have fun together. Coaches need to have fun with players, and everybody enjoy each other. And so we try to make a big point of that at practice, and plan on it carrying over into the game, that people see us and identify us as, man, they look like they really enjoy playing together and playing for one another. And so it all kind of goes hand in hand.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.